So the script unfolding exactly along expected lines. We said 11:30, it's what, 11:15. So exactly to plan. No one expected a miracle, and the miracle did not happen. First over of the day, Rishabh Pant holding out to Mitchell Stark at slips, Steve Smith. That's when it was all done. Nitish Kumar Reddy showed some resistance as he has done right through this series and has been impressive with the bat. Yet one more time, he did not see that fielder at third man, and then Pat Cummins bowling those lines into the body. Will this set it up? The question that we are asking, very importantly to all my guests, Devashish Sen, Rohit Juglan, Shubhan Chakraborty all will join from Australia on the show. Bharat Ramraj, Shomik Chakraborty, and Ishan Shahane with me. Is this an aberration? I feel so. Will Brisbane be different? Are there deeper problems? What is it about Rohit Sharma and how can he get back into form? Is Brisbane the last roll of the dice for Captain Rohit Sharma? Or finally, is it about the Indian bowling attack and their inexperience with the pink ball? So, plenty of questions to ask, and yes, we will ask all of the questions of all of the players. Is this a problem with the Indian batting, or is this an aberration more because of the pink ball where we are not used to it? I will start with you, Bharat. Is this an aberration? Can we make a comeback in Brisbane? How do you look at it, and how do you set things up?
Yeah, obviously you can bring the pink ball into the equation, because obviously this pink ball did more, zipped off the surface a little more, and India have not played against the pink ball. They have only played a few tests here or there in Australia, so they have not played enough with this pink ball. So obviously that's also a point. But second point is India have struggled even against New Zealand. Their batting did struggle over 3 test series. So if you notice, scores of 46. The ball did seam around a lot in that first innings, but even Pune, the scores were like 160, 170. Then in the Wankhede test again, India got out a cheap scores, and in the first innings of the Perth test. So barring that one innings of the second innings in Perth, India's batting has struggled over a period of time. So that is something one has to accept and look at, that India's batting has been a bit of a problem. And obviously, in Adelaide, on a pitch where you have short square boundaries, someone like Harshit Rana, the rookie pacer, kind of struggled to get his line center and lens right, and Indian pacers as a whole on day one in the final session, their pacers struggled to get their lines with only 8% of the delivery hitting the stumps. So there are other things, not just the pink ball being a factor, because one can see problems with India's batting over a period of time. They have collapsed enough times against New Zealand, against a turning ball, and also against the moving ball here. And when it comes to bowling, their lines and lengths in the first things were not great on day one. And Travis Head problem is also there. Travis Head shape problem. As soon as Travis Head scores 3-4 boundaries, India seems to press the panic button, and that is something that's happened too far on too many occasions just to ignore.
रोहित जुगलान जॉइंस अस फ्रॉम ऑस्ट्रेलिया. रोहित, आपको 10-15 मिनट में प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में जाना है. हम लोग शाम तक ये बात करेंगे, शाम के शो में तो और भी डीप डाइव करेंगे, बट फर्स्ट थॉट्स, आप इसको कैसे देखते हो? एबरेशन, वन ऑफ टेस्ट मैच, और ये डीपर प्रॉब्लम, आप इसको कैसे देखते हो? मैं पिंक बॉल या एबरेशन की तरह देखता हूं. ब्रिस्बेन में देयर इज एवरी रीजन टू बिलीव इंडिया विल कम बैक एंड इंडिया विल. मैं इसको इसी तरह से देख रहा हूं. आप इसको कैसे देख रहे हो? एंड डू यू हैव एनी न्यूज इफ इंडिया इज गोइंग टू प्रैक्टिस sometime today, tomorrow, day after in Adelaide and start training for Brisbane with the red ball? क्योंकि हमारे पास ये opportunity है अभी. Day 4, day 5 मैच नहीं है. आप प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो in the Adelaide track. Get ready with the red ball for Brisbane. आप इसको कैसे देखते हो?
नहीं, ऑब्वियसली ये चीज तो है कि पिंक बॉल के साथ हम इस कंपटीशन में पीछे थे, जो आपने कल भी बात करी थी बुरियादा, दैट यू नो दे हैव प्लेड 14 गेम्स, वी हैव प्लेड 4. ना फर्स्ट क्लास में कुछ है, ना किसी तरह का कोई एक्सपीरियंस है. अगर हम ये सोच रहे हैं कि एक हफ्ते की प्रैक्टिस और एक प्राइम मिनिस्टर 11 जैसी साइड के अगेंस्ट अगर हम 50 ओवर का गेम खेलकर, 46 ओवर का गेम खेलकर अगर हम जो है वो पिंक बॉल में महारत हासिल कर लेंगे, तो वो हमारी गलती थी. और मैं इसे बिल्कुल ऐसे ही देख रहा हूँ कि रेड बॉल से एक बार दोबारा से चीजें शुरू होंगी तो इंडियन टीम वो लेवल फील्ड प्ले हो जाएगा और फिर हम जो है वो दोबारा से हरा सकते हैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया को. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. मेरी दिक्कत है कि आपकी बैटिंग, अगेन मुझे लगता है यहाँ पे सारे लोग जो है वो बॉलर्स को गुनहगार मानेंगे, बोलेंगे हर्षित राणा ने क्या किया, मोहम्मद सिराज ने क्या किया, रविचंद्रन अश्विन ने एक विकेट लिया, जसप्रीत बुमराह को और बेहतर करना चाहिए था, सब लोग जो है वो बॉलर्स के बारे में बोलेंगे, बट कोई बैटर्स पे सवाल नहीं उठाएगा। जबकि गलती आप अगर देखो तो पर्थ टेस्ट में भी आपके बैटर्स ने तो आपको पहले 3 घंटे में हरा ही दिया था मैच, 150 ऑल आउट तो आप हार ही गए थे। वो जसप्रीत बुमराह की क्लास आपको गेम में वापस लेकर आई, लेकिन यहां पर अगर आप फिर से देखोगे तो आपके बैटर्स ने आपको फिर लेट डाउन किया। 180, पिछली बार 150 किया था, इस बार बोला चलो तुम्हें 30 रन का एहसान और दे देते हैं, तुम ये 30 रन और ले लो हमारी तरफ से और अब खींच के दिखाओ मैच। तो ये हमने पहले भी डिस्कस किया था कि बार बार आपके बॉलर्स आपको मैच में वापस नहीं लाएंगे। तो मेरा सवाल ये है कि पर्थ में जाकर आप बिल्कुल जीत जाओगे, कोई डाउट नहीं है, लेकिन आपकी ये जो बैटिंग यूनिट है ना और इसकी जो कमजोरी है उसे हमको और आपको मानना पड़ेगा। जीत में हम इसे अंडर द कार्पेट ना डाल दे। हमने उस दिन भी इस चीज को लेकर के बात की थी जब हम पर्थ में पहले दिन लीड पे आ गए थे, आफ्टर द डेज एंड, कि भाई आप खुशी मनाओ इस चीज की कि आपके पास बुमराह जैसा वर्ल्ड क्लास बॉलर है, बट कभी भी इस चीज को मत भूलो कि पिछले कुछ समय में फास्ट बॉलिंग, क्वालिटी फास्ट बॉलिंग और विकेट से असिस्टेंस आपके बैटर्स को वल्नरेबल कर रही है और आपके टॉप बैटर्स के पास भी इसका कोई जवाब नहीं है। इस चीज को हमें समझना पड़ेगा। जब तक हम इस चीज को नहीं मानेंगे, हम चाहे गैबा भी जीत जाएं, लेकिन फिर हो सकता है हमारे साथ मेलबर्न में दोबारा ये हो जाए, हम सिडनी जीत जाए, हो सकता है आने वाले समय में हमारे साथ ये हो जाए। तो ये जो एक कांस्टेंट प्रॉब्लम हमारे साथ बनी हुई है ना कि क्वालिटी बॉलिंग को हम नहीं खेल पा रहे हैं। अगर आप देखो कोई एक आध बैटर आपका पिछले कुछ समय में चलता हुआ नजर आया या फिर आपके बॉलर्स ने आपको गेम में वापस लेकर आए हैं। बैंगलोर में अगर सरफराज और ऋषभ की वो पार्टनरशिप ना होती तो आप तो वहां पर भी बहुत बुरी तरीके से हारते। या फिर अगर चेन्नई टेस्ट में जडेजा और अश्विन का 100 ना होता और जडेजा की 80-90 की ऑड की वो पारी ना होती तो फिर आप वहां पर भी हार सकते थे, बांग्लादेश के अगेंस्ट भी आप हार सकते थे। सो मल्टीपल ओकेजन्स हैं जहां पर आपको यह पता चलता है कि आपकी बैटिंग ने आपको लेट डाउन किया है। वो तो शुक्र हो एक आध बैटर का या फिर आपके बॉलर्स का जो आपको मैच में वापस ले आए, मैच आपको जिता दिया। अदरवाइज मेरे हिसाब से तो पर्थ भी एक बैटिंग फेलियर था पहली इनिंग्स में। दूसरी इनिंग्स में कंडीशंस थोड़ी सी बेहतर हो गई तो आपने रन्स बना लिए। यहां पर भी ट्रिकी सिचुएशन थी तो आप जो है वो आउटप्लेड हो गए पूरी तरीके से। द सेकंड थिंग इज जो आपने प्रैक्टिस के बारे में कहा है, देखिए पर्थ में भी प्रैक्टिस की सिचुएशंस वहां पर थी कि टीम इंडिया प्रैक्टिस करेगी, बट किट को लेकर के कुछ इशू हुआ था। मुझे ये पता चला था कि किट टीम इंडिया की जो है वो अलग अलग हिस्सों में जा रही थी, इस वजह से आधे प्लेयर्स के पास किट थी और आधे प्लेयर्स की नहीं थी। क्योंकि आपको पता है यहाँ पे जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन है या लॉजिस्टिक्स है वो आपको जो है एयरप्लेन्स के हिसाब से डिसाइड करना पड़ता है कि आप एक ही प्लेन में सारी की किट्स और सारे प्लेयर्स जा पाएंगे, आपको अलग अलग भेजना पड़ेगा। द सिमिलर थिंग इज हियर ऑल्सो। यहां पर अभी आपके पास 2 दिन है, मेरे हिसाब से टीम इंडिया प्रैक्टिस करेगी, बट अभी इस चीज को लेकर के मेरे पास कोई ऑफिशियल कंफर्मेशन नहीं है कहीं से कि आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे या नहीं करोगे। ऐसी सिचुएशंस में अमूमन तौर पर टीम इंडिया जो है वो प्रैक्टिस करती है, बट प्रैक्टिस से भी ज्यादा जरूरी ये है कि कम्युनिकेशन इसके बाद क्या होता है। क्योंकि अब अचानक से ऐसा लगने लगा है कि मोहम्मद शमी को लेकर के बस खबरें आ रही हैं कि मोहम्मद शमी आएंगे, तब आएंगे, अब आएंगे। बट सवाल ये है कि क्या शमी के आने से आप जीत जाओगे? क्या आपके बॉलर्स ने आपको ये मैच हरवाया है? मुझे तो नहीं लगता है। तो बाकी कंडीशंस क्या है, प्रैक्टिस क्या करेंगे ये लोग, वो सारी बातें अपनी जगह पर है। बट मेरे हिसाब से क्या इस हार के बाद आप जाकर अपने बैटर्स पे सवाल वो क्वेश्चन मार्क डालने वाले हो कि भाई आप लोगों की परफॉर्मेंस पिछले कुछ समय में ये रही है, आपके बॉलर्स अगर ना आप गेम अप करते तो आप पर्थ टेस्ट भी हार जाते। तो अभी तक आप 2-0 होता, अभी तक ऑस्ट्रेलिया 2-0 के एडवांटेज में होता। तो वो चीज कहीं ना कहीं मुझे उस सवाल का जवाब चाहिए रादर देन मोहम्मद शमी आ रहे हैं। मेरा कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है। मोहम्मद शमी आ रहे हैं तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, नहीं भी आ रहे हैं तो मेरे को नहीं लगता कि आपके पास यहाँ पे बॉलिंग में कहीं कोई दिक्कत है। बॉलर्स ठीक है, पिछली इनिंग्स में आप बोलोगे कि सवाल थे, बट मुझे नहीं लगता अगर अंटिल आपके बैटर्स अगर यहाँ पे 300 रन बना देते तो आपके बॉलर्स आपको ये मैच निकाल कर दे देते।
Shomik, so that is the point that batting. But again, I think batting under lights with the pink ball, India was not ready. India cannot adjust in 7 days, and I think India will do better in Brisbane. The same batters did well in Perth in the second innings. New Zealand series was a complete disaster, and we know why, because the wickets were completely different. Here in Australia, the second innings at Perth was a completely different proposition. Do you think India can look ahead to Brisbane as an aberration? And a lot of outrage obviously on Rohit Sharma. Do you think Rohit Sharma is the weak link at this point in time? Straight question. And if he is, what is the way forward for Rohit Sharma? Because he has to get better as captain and batter going into Brisbane. Is it about batting at the nets? Is it about working it out in the mind? Does he sit like Ajinkya Rahane watched Tendulkar's innings? Does he speak to someone what can be a possible way forward for Rohit Sharma? Shomik, before I go to Devashish, and let Rohit go with one more question for the press conference.
Seriously, I don't see Rohit Sharma as a batsman. I mean, I'm not talking about the collective batting thing. I'm talking about Rohit Sharma as an individual, and I don't see him turning things around as a batsman because it's a clear case of slowing reflexes. Uh, I mean, as I have said on this show earlier also, where even at his peak, Rohit Sharma didn't have full control as far as his defensive game was concerned, but he had faster reflexes and he used to manage brilliant at the last moment. Now, with slowing reflexes, he is not doing that. At 37 years of age, it would be Rohit Sharma getting a second win. I don't see that. And yes, obviously, he is the weak link in the team in this batting unit. I'm not singling out Rohit Sharma. It has been a collective failure. Uh, Application was missing. The application that a kid like Nitish Reddy showed, some of the senior batsmen failed to show that. There has been some problems with Virat Kohli's technique around off stump area also. But Rohit Sharma, yes, and his red ball captaincy has always been, it's obviously it has the poor batting form has compounded that, but his red ball captaincy, unlike his white ball captaincy, has always been reactive. He wait he waits for things to happen rather than trying to make things happen. So, but then again, he is the captain and he will go to Gabba as the captain. Ravi Bhai today said in Gabba he should open the innings. Does Rohit Sharma has the confidence to do that? Can he open the innings again and grab the game by its throat? I don't see that. But red ball cricket will, I mean, it will be a level playing field in Gabba, given that it will return to red ball cricket. But the fact of the matter is that we have been struggling to put 200 runs on the board, I mean, for a long period of time. That second innings in part was short of an aberration, given that the pitch had eased out, and Australia bowled powder puffs in those phases. They didn't bowl well, but I mean, if we see from the start of the Bangladesh series, we have been struggling to put 400 runs on the board, 200 runs on the board in an innings, and that's a serious concern. Yeah, batting
So,
has
so
to be.
okay, got it. Devashish, coming from what Rohit and Shomik just said, going into Perth, let's attack the Rohit Sharma question a little bit more. Ravi Shastri on commentary, Rohit should bat at the top of the order and open. If you see this particular test match, KL Rahul wasn't successful in the second innings, so you can actually do that. Will that be a positive statement from Rohit Sharma? Will that be a kind of a negative statement, a knee-jerk reaction? Where do you see Rohit bat? Questions will be asked, and rightfully so, of Rohit Sharma. At the same time, I would urge restraint from everyone. Australia has not won the series. It is 1-1. Australia has not won the series 4-1. All hell has not broken loose. It is not doomsday. When Australia lost 0-1 at Perth, none of them felt it was doomsday, and Australia has come back. So can India, and so will India. But Devashish, where do you stand on Rohit Sharma? Should he open? Should he not? Is Brisbane going to be the last roll of dice for Captain Rohit Sharma? Devashish said.
Borita, as a captain, if he wants to make a statement to the team, he should open. He should go and open the batting. Yes, and this is where the character of the captain comes out. As a leader of the team, you need to take the responsibility. Yes, as Shomik rightly said, it was a collective effort from the collective batting failure from the team. It's not just one Rohit Sharma or a Virat Kohli or a Shubman Gill or a Yashasvi Jaiswal. It was a collective failure, except for Nitish Reddy has been the bright spot. But if you ask me as a captain, yes, Rohit Sharma is under tremendous pressure. But as a captain, he should take the onus, take the responsibility, and make a statement to his players, to his teammates by opening their batting in Brisbane. Yes, the conditions will be challenging there as well initially, but Rohit Sharma has done it in the past, opening the batting and scoring runs. Yes, things have not gone his way in recent past, but as a player, as a leader of the team, he should take a statement, bold statement, positive statement.
रोहित, अगर मैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया का बैटिंग देखूं तो बिग गन स्टीव स्मिथ तो रन नहीं बनाए. उनके यंग गन्स, whether it is Travis Head or whether it is Manas Labuschagne, the next gen batting bosses like our Shubman Gills of the world have scored runs. So it's not just Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. ये collective failure तो है ही. बाकी जो आपका बैटर्स है जो they were getting set, Shubman Gill 30s in both innings, Rishabh Pant 20s in both innings. Multiple times we've got our batters set and then wickets have gone. So it's not just a Rohit Virat singling out saying इनको हटा दो सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा. The entire batting unit as a collective should take responsibility rather than two players. Rohit Jugla.
एग्जैक्टली बोला और यही हम लगातार बोलते हुए आ रहे हैं कि आपको टॉप ऑफ द ऑर्डर देखना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, यशस्वी जायसवाल की एक पारी आई है वहां पर. फिर अगर आप देखोगे केएल राहुल को, अगेन उनकी भी आपको एक पारी दिखेगी इस दौरे में. बट इट्स नॉट अबाउट कि आपको एक एक पारियां सबकी एक एक पारियों से आपका काम हो जाएगा. जहां पर होना था वहां पर हो गया. बट इट्स नॉट अबाउट कि, क्योंकि देखिए अभी आप ये नहीं भूल सकते ना कि विराट कोहली ने भी 100 मारा हुआ है. रोहित शर्मा अपना आने के बाद पहला टेस्ट मैच यहाँ पर खेल रहे हैं. और वो चीज मैंने तो उसी दिन बोली थी कि आप जिस वक्त पर बल्लेबाजी चुन रहे हो वो ट्वाइलाइट फेज है. आप सबसे मुश्किल वक्त में बल्लेबाजी करना चाह रहे हो. अगर आपको केएल राहुल की स्किल पर इतना ही भरोसा है तो आप सबसे डिफिकल्ट फेज के लिए उनको बैटिंग के लिए चुनिए, ना कि खुद आइए. तो ये चीज रोहित शर्मा की तरफ से मुझे उस दिन भी सरप्राइजिंग लगी थी. मैंने उस दिन भी बोला था और आज भी मैंने ट्वीट भी किया था इस चीज को लेकर के कि भाई मुझे जो है वो रोहित शर्मा का ये थॉट प्रोसेस थोड़ा सा अलग लगा है. क्योंकि अगर आप ऑन एन एवरेज देखते हो कि अगर आप 150 पे 3 हो या 4 हो, जो कि हुआ नहीं, हम तो उससे भी बदतर स्थिति में थे, लेकिन अगर आप देखोगे कि उस तरह की सिचुएशन आती है तो रोहित शर्मा ही ट्वाइलाइट फेज पे बैटिंग करने आएंगे. तो वो सबसे ट्रिकी सिचुएशन होने वाली है और उस पर उन्होंने खुद को बल्लेबाजी के लिए चुना. तो अगर उनका ये मानना था कि केएल राहुल और यशस्वी जायसवाल ने बहुत बढ़िया बैटिंग करी है, तो ऊपर वाला फेज तो आसान था बैटिंग करने के लिए. जब धूप में आप बैटिंग कर रहे हो, डे लाइट में आप बैटिंग कर रहे हो, तब चीजें जो है वो आसान थी. जब आप अंडर लाइट्स गए और ट्वाइलाइट फेज में बैटिंग करने के लिए आए, वो ज्यादा ट्रिकियर सिचुएशन थी. और उस समय पर बॉल ज्यादा हरकत भी कर रहा था. तो उस समय पर आपने खुद बल्लेबाजी आने के लिए चुना. तो मेरे हिसाब से आई रियली डोंट थिंक कि वो आप ठीक है कह सकते हो कि आपने जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में कहा कि मुझे उसको देखकर बड़ी सॉलिडिटी दिखी ऊपर में. बट बात ये नहीं थी कि सॉलिडिटी ऊपर दिखी. बात ये है कि सबसे ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट फेज आपके लिए बैटिंग का कौन सा था, उस पर शायद हमको वो फैसला लेना चाहिए था. बाकी तो यस, इट्स अ कलेक्टिव फेलियर. किसी एक को आप नहीं बोल सकते कि यार इसने नहीं अच्छा किया, इसने नहीं अच्छा किया. हम 5 मैच तो अभी कंप्लीट नहीं होते हुए देख पाए. अभी तो दूसरा ही गेम है ये. तो अगर 5 मैचेस हो जाए और हम देखेंगे नहीं यार इसके रन ही नहीं आए पूरी सीरीज में, देन वी कैन इजीली से कि यार ये होना चाहिए और ये नहीं होना चाहिए. बट अभी तो इट्स ऑल अबाउट कि एवरीवन हैज टू रेज देयर हैंड अप और पूरी बैटिंग यूनिट को कहना चाहिए कि हमसे नहीं हो पाया. और एक बार रेड बॉल दोबारा से वापस आएगी, आई थिंक ये टीम बाउंस बैक कर सकती है. मुझे कहीं कोई डाउट नहीं है कि ब्रिस्बेन में ये टीम बाउंस बैक नहीं करेगी. दे कैन इजीली बाउंस बैक.
करेगी भी. आप प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस से जाए रहे तो उसके बाद जरूर ज्वाइन करिएगा एंड keep sending us quotes from the press conference. Ask Shubhan to do the same. Somebody's asked us, Asim Hans, why are we questioning, why are we waiting for the end of the series to question? Folks, it's a 5-match series. It's 1-1. Australia lost Perth. Had they questioned all their players and said so and so ko hatao, so and so bachao, showing this mad clamor, rather Bharat take this or rather Ishan take this. Ishan, you've not come in yet. This whole clamor about Rohit Sharma hatao, team bachao. Look at this. Sack Rohit. Where is this coming from? He's the captain. It's a bad test match. Yes, he's coming at the back of some relatively poor performances. No debate about it. But it is not about one player, Rohit Sharma hatao, team bachao. That is not going to work. It is a color. If Rohit Sharma got 2 ducks and a couple of the batters got hundreds, this match would have been different. It is not Rohit Sharma who's going and losing this particular game. So this whole mad reaction that we are seeing, remove Rohit Sharma, as if the trigger button, Rohit Sharma gone, Team India, everything is back. Where do you stand on that, Ishan?
It's a bit unfair, Boryada. I think it's a bit unfair in a lot of people's opinions because, obviously he's coming back. He's playing a test match. He's not had too much of a match practice as well. So it's going to be difficult. I understand where the frustration is because the frustration lies in the part where he seems like the weak link in that batting lineup. So a lot of fans are questioning his place over there because when you're playing your side, if you happen to feel that someone's not at his best or isn't at the best that he used to be, then he's a possible weak link. So I think the frustration is coming from that place. But Boryada, I think we can't skip the gun and we can't be so judgy in that sense. We can't possibly say that he has to be removed. I think more opportunities should be given. Like you've also mentioned, it's a 5 test match series, it's a big series. So after one test, he didn't seem too convincing, which is definitely a worrying sign. But jumping the gun and saying that he should be sacked right after is not the right call to be made. Like Rohit also mentioned, that it has to be judged after a series of, just a series of time, maybe the third test, maybe the fourth test. It can be too late then, but judging Rohit Sharma just after this performance is a little too harsh, in my opinion.
Where do you? Yes, Devashish. Mute.
Sorry.
Mute.
And it shouldn't be the case in the middle of a series. Means it's a 5 match series, and in the middle of a series you cannot say Rohit Sharma, sack Rohit Sharma, or Rohit Sharma. Yes, Mahendra Singh Dhoni did it in the past, but that doesn't mean that Rohit Sharma also needs to follow. Rohit Sharma as a captain, he has done well. Yes, he has not been. Is under a lot of slack in recent times, but it is the captain that needs to lead the way. That needs to come in front, take the onus, and do and see. He is not leaving any stone unturned as far as preparation is concerned. And the good thing about Rohit Sharma is that he has always been an honest cricketer. So when it comes to commitment and hard work, dedication, no one can match the likes of Rohit Sharma. No one is questioning as well. So I think it's a matter of one knock, one decent talk, and what he needs to do is to spend time in the middle. If he spends at least an hour in the middle in Gabba, things might look all the more different for Rohit Sharma. That is my opinion. Means obviously, and for that to happen, he should always go into batting and open. He should always go in to open the batting for India.
There's a point by somebody, Garg. This is good PR for Rohit Sharma. What is PR? I really need to know. Folks, you're watching, right? Garg, I'm sure you're watching. Tell me what is PR. Shomik is questioning, I am questioning, Bharat is questioning, Devashish is questioning, Ishan is questioning. We are questioning, is Rohit Sharma the weak link? We are also saying that is this too much to say sack Rohit Sharma? What is PR? What is PR? You know what? You have picked up a line from social media which has become fancy, and you think parading that line is making you look really prudent and really excellent. What is PR? Tell me. I'm asking you. What is PR? Questioning. We are all questioning Rohit Sharma. That is he the weak link in that order? Is Brisbane the last roll of the dice? That was my words. But do you? If you were in the selector's position, he's your appointed captain. Would you sack Rohit Sharma after one test match here? Is this the way that you conduct a cricket team? What is PR? Want to understand what is PR? Use the words PR because you think it's fancy. You think, oh, you know what? This is a time to get after Rohit Sharma and abuse Rohit Sharma and criticize. And I think this is fancy. Nonsense. Ask your question. Don't make yourself look fools. That is the point. Let's take the comments seriously because I'm taking serious comments. I'm taking big concern is never noticed Tomogno Basu. Leadership group on the field never looked like Bumrah Ash contributed. Leadership group, Shomit Chakraborty, take that. Did you see that the leadership group was not contributing enough to the cause that Rohit, Virat, Bumrah, Ashwin, all of them getting together? Is that an issue according to you?
No, I beg to differ because when I saw Virat, when Siraj was bowling in the first innings, he removed himself from slip and came to mid-on because he has a very good chemistry with Siraj, and he was always having a word in Siraj's ears. So if there is a leadership crisis, or if Rohit were isolated in this team, so that wouldn't have happened. Uh, See, the thing is that some perspective is needed, I guess. We are talking about Rohit Sharma, and I failed to point out one thing: the ball he got in the second innings, the Pat Cummins delivery, it was unplayable. It could have gotten any batsman out, even if he is going through a purple patch. The ball slanting in and then straightening, then going away. It's not easy. Cricket is not an easy game. At the same time, it is also the fact that Rohit got out twice during his brief stay at the crease. The first one, he got a reprieve due to a no ball. But the fact of the matter is that, when you lose, such comments will come. That even after the first test, Australia lost, and there was talks about rift in the camp. and then Australia bounced back, right? So these are bogus. Uh, Everybody contributes to the team. No, and they are very proud cricketers. They have achieved a lot. I mean, they may have lost against New Zealand, but they have lost this test, but they have achieved a lot in their career. So they are proud cricketers. It's not that they will shirk their responsibility. That would be contrary to their professional pride. I don't see any leadership crisis in this team, but I see a batting crisis in this team.
Okay, here's what Rohit Sharma says in the press conference. Our focus now will be on how we can come out on top in Brisbane. I was standing at slips. I don't know what was the exchange. This is on Siraj head. Two competitive teams playing. We got the wicket. He celebrated. I exactly don't know what was said. I don't think we can look too much into that. When India and Australia play, things like this happen. Net sessions are very private. This was the first time I saw a lot of people. There are conversations during nets, and we don't want anyone to listen to that. A lot of planning and conversation. People can watch us play test cricket for 5 days. Siraj likes to get into the battle. There's a fine line. We don't want to cross that line, which brings disrepute to the game. In the past, we have seen a lot of cricketers who like to get into the battle. As captain, my job is to check we don't cross the line. Bharat Ramraj, Rohit Sharma at the press conference just now. Take it and also set it up. Brisbane and Perth. Conditions in Brisbane, traditionally the way we understand it, Bharat, having watched cricket in Brisbane for the last 30 odd years, set that up, and how red ball will be different, set it up for our viewers.
Yes, the press conference kind of went on expected lines. He was going to defend Mohammad Siraj. I don't think there was much wrong in what this sort of things. As Rohit Sharma said, banters happen. Occasionally, players tend to lose their cool. That is something that is a part and parcel of the game, basically. So I'm not very sure we need to go too deep into it. So Rohit Sharma, as expected, defended his player, and then he talked about going forward to the Gabba test. Gabba and Perth. The thing is, Gabba test since Kevin Mitchell Jr. I think Kevin Mitchell Jr. retired as the curator. It has changed a bit over the last 3 years. Ashes 2021-22, they left more grass on the pitch. There was more grass for Australia-South Africa test, and there was more grass when Shamar Joseph took all those wickets in the day-night test. Just that Australia-South Africa test, there was uneven bounce too. That is why it came under scrutiny after the test match ended in only 2 days. So, since Kevin Mitchell Jr. has left after being the curator for 3 decades, they have left a little more grass there at the Gabba. That is something that could be a factor to look at. So it might do a little more of the same. I just forgot a little bit about the current curator. Yes, David Sandruski is the current curator. Just remember, David Sandruski has taken over from Kevin Mitchell Jr. So he has experience, but I think his style of curating pitches are slightly different. So he might leave a little more grass. So that is, I think, the only factor that might be different from what we have seen at the Gabba. At least I have seen at the Gabba from 94-95 to 2020-21.
Devashish, on his batting, slightly different with what you usually do with the white side screen and pink ball. We are used to black side screen and red ball. It can be difficult, but not an excuse. The conditions are there for both teams. We didn't bat well enough to score more runs. Rohit Sharma, take that. Mute.
But it's good that the captain has admitted, he has been honest. Means if you to talk about that first test match loss against New Zealand, where he came to the press conference and said that yes, it was a blunder of not judging the wicket. Here also, the onus is on the batters. The batters, having won the toss and batting first here, they did not bat well. Let's face the fact. Yes, they did not bat well, despite the fact that few of the batters who got in, but they failed to capitalize. And so yes, and that will be the secret of success in test match is partnership and building big runs. The more you stay in the crease and score runs, and so that is key. But here in the past test and also here, both the first innings you see we have not delivered as a batting unit. And so let's the sooner the later we have to any of the batter who gets in, I mean, be it a Yashasvi or a KL Rahul or a Rohit Sharma or a Virat Kohli or Rishabh Pant, whoever gets in should capitalize. They should put a price on their wicket and score a big run. Is anyone scoring 100? That score that is 178 or 150 will be invariably be 300, close to 300. And if you had scored 300 on this wicket, things would have been different. I mean, I'm not saying that India would have gone on to win the test match, but it would have been definitely challenging for Australia.
Ishan, he said, great to have someone like Bumrah, but he's not the only one to get the job done. There are other bowlers as well. We look forward to shared responsibility. That's what everyone understands. Take that.
Yeah, obviously, I think it's understood that Bumrah will be leading that pack, and he's the most dependable of that lot. But Harshad Rana did bowl well in that first test. Mohammad Siraj was extremely impressive yesterday evening as well. Was not lucky to get too many wickets up front, but later on managed getting those wickets. So there are others who are bowling exceptionally well. Boria, that's not that Boria. It's just that Bumrah normally somehow manages to take all the limelight, and obviously he's the most lethal of their attack. Hence, a lot of people tend to believe that this Indian bowling is reliable on Bumrah, but I don't think I agree with that. I think Harshad Rana did bowl well. Mohammad Siraj as well bowled well. Ashwin bowled well. So there's a lot of bowlers in that pack who are giving the support that Bumrah needs. And maybe in the next test match, I think Harshad Rana, if he manages to stay with this side, there will be that possibility of him coming back with that red ball. He possibly did not have the best experience bowling with the pink ball due to lack of experience. But I think the next test match, if he's given another chance, which he should be, I think he'll come back stronger.
Shomik, take this. Rohit as a captain, Gambhir has ruined our chance to WTC final with ruining pitches. If we don't change after Gabba, we leave these shows with nothing to look forward to in whites. There is a Melbourne, there is a Sydney. For the sake of it, even if you lose Gabba, you win those, you win the test series. That's what that matters. But Shomik, take that question. Gurnur Singh Dhanju.
See, as far as the
That
WTC
way.
final
There
is
are many questions. I'll sum it up. Anirban Banerjee, there are plenty more others who have asked the same question, that four straight losses as captain, four consecutive losses for Rohit Sharma. Shomik, take that also. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, 8 consecutive losses, 2011-12. We know this and this happens. And by the way, somebody has said Pat Cummins is the greatest Australian captain. Really? There's a Ricky Ponting who won 16 test matches on the trot. Pat Cummins has never beaten India. Ricky Ponting won World Cups on the trot. That 1999 to 2003 period, he's lost nothing except a test series to India in 2001 under Steve Waugh. But Ponting, with that 2003 team, has practically won everything. That 2016 test matches and everything else. Really, Pat Cummins is the greatest Australian captain? Public memory is really short. Shomik.
Yes, it's about the recency bias basically. The thing is that, I mean, see, four test matches, losing four test matches on the spin as captain is bad. There is a difference between MS Dhoni and Rohit Sharma, because in 2010-11, Dhoni was still not, Dhoni still hadn't reached the twilight of his career. He still had a lot of cricket, some years of cricket left in him. And it was a case of a, an aging team heading towards transition, the likes of Rahul Dravid, VVS Lakshman, Virender Sehwag, Sachin Tendulkar eventually. They were they are walking into a sunset, and a new lord and a new lord had expected to come, and then the likes of Shikhar Dhawan and others came, Virat Kohli. So now this is a similar situation. Some great careers are heading towards end. Some great careers are heading towards end, and India would gradually move into a phase of transition. Um, the pitch factor, absolutely. They bungled it big time against New Zealand, because we are seeing how they have been getting battered in their own backyard by England. If India had Bumrah, India had Ravichandran Ashwin and Jadeja. If India had chosen good cricket pitches like they did against England earlier this year, they probably would have won the series. That was a
That
big
is that
mistake.
is that is the question. Devashish Sen, look at New Zealand, an average side, a less than average side, getting battered against England. Unfortunately, by making that idiotic blunder of stupid pitches, we wasted our chance. But what is done is done. What is gone is gone. Rohit Sharma and Mohammad Shami, something very interesting. Devashish Sen, he says Mohammad Shami developed some swelling in his knees in Syed Mushtaq Ali. We don't want to have a situation where he pulls up in a match. We want to be sure. We don't want to put pressure on him. BCCI medical team monitoring. We will take a call what they are saying. We have to be careful, but the door is open. The door is very much open. On Harshit Rana, he did nothing wrong in Perth. He gave crucial breakthroughs. I believe why drop someone without reason? That doesn't pass a good message in the team. Devashish Sen, over to you.
Yeah, absolutely. That we have also been telling that Harshit Rana did nothing wrong so as to keep his place in the side for this pink ball test. But what goes to be seen that with after this performance, will the team management repose their faith on him? That goes to be seen. But clearly, from Rohit's what Rohit has said about Shami, it definitely he doesn't seem to be able. It looks like he won't be traveling to Brisbane to play that third test match. So it will all depend on how he is progressing, given that the medical unit is assessing his soreness in his knee. But Bodia, is he not playing that pre-quarter final match? That
He
is he
is, he
not
is.
playing?
So that's why he is. So that's why they want to monitor him more to
Yes,
understand if
yes,
he is holding up, if there is no problem. That's why he
he's
is. He is
playing.
Okay.
absolutely
He's
playing.
playing. He's playing.
So definitely, after assessing, then only they will take a decision, right? So I think so for Gabba, the Indian team management will have to rely on Harshit Rana or Akashdeep. So it will be again these two youngsters who have to play that supporting role to Bumrah and Siraj. So yes, but you have to cope up with it. If you don't have the options, you should not cry. But there are still some days to go before the third test match, and hopefully Harshit Rana with that red ball again comes good. But it's a learning experience for him as well. First test match, debut test match, he did wonderfully well. Second test match, he went for a lot of runs, lot of criticism. So this will come in when you start early, and it is good for him that it is early in his career. It is early in his career. He has tested success in the first test. He has immediately tested failure in his second test match. So he will learn. He will only get better and better with this experience. So I think
Devashish,
uh,
Devashish, when you go to the press conference next time, when you go to the press conference, whoever comes from the Indian team, not today, just please ask about Harshit Rana's fitness. It's not about whether he has any injury or not. It's about his bowling fitness. In part, he didn't have to bowl long spells. Here, what we have seen in his later spells, he was losing pace drastically. So just please ask this question, whoever comes, is there any concern with his bowling fitness?
There is
absolutely,
someone
Sumant,
who has
absolutely.
asked. There is someone who has asked what Akashdeep did wrong that you dropped him. Akashdeep wasn't playing. He did not play in Perth. So where is the question of dropping him? Rather, if the question is flipped, what did Harshit Rana do wrong that you would drop him? Think about it. What did Harshit Rana do wrong in Perth that you would drop him? The fact is, you went with Harshit Rana, it worked in Perth. You went with Harshit Rana, it did not work here. So you are clearly now saying it was a wrong call. That's a call said in hindsight. That's what it is. They dropped after New Zealand series and it worked in Perth, right? It worked in Perth. And everybody said, what a great call. What a great call that Harshit Rana was the standout after Jasprit Bumrah in Perth. Didn't we say that? Everybody said that. What a great identifying talent of by Gautam Gambhir, etc., etc. Now that he's failed, everybody is saying, "Arey, why did you play this guy? You should have dropped him." This is a hindsight kind of reaction. But let me go to Bharat on this. Bharat, Brisbane, do you actually see changes? Do you actually see changes in that team? Maybe an Ashwin again, because it will be under the scanner, horses for courses, that one particular spot. But other than that one spot, could be back to Washington Sundar, could even go to Jadeja. But other than that one spot, do you see changes for Brisbane?
Not much. Maybe in terms of pace department as well, India might press the panic button and think of picking Akashdeep. But it's better to stay with one tall pacer at a ground like the Gabba, because you need a little more. You need that bowler who can bowl that heavy ball. So from that basis, perhaps it's better to stay with your hit the deck fast bowler at a ground like the Gabba. If you really wanted to include Akashdeep, I think Adelaide was the right venue, but I understand Ashit Rana did well at a ground like Perth, so you wouldn't want to drop him after he took 4 wickets in that first test. Basically, what happened with the Ashit Rana, I guess in Adelaide, you also get the shorter boundaries. So if you try to bowl too short at a ground like Adelaide, then you will get smashed square off the wicket, especially against someone like Travis said. That also might have happened. But I don't think too many changes would be made. Even as a spinner is concerned, I think it's a marginal decision. Same thing I said about the Adelaide Test as well, whether it is Sundar or Ashwin, finally comes down to a marginal decision, spinner at these grounds, because Australian curators are definitely leaving more grass on their wickets for the last 3 years. So spinners don't really play a huge role, at least at a ground like Gabba, even Adelaide Day Night Test or Perth.
That is exactly why I asked this question, Ishan. That because of the Gabba wicket in Brisbane, there will not be much of a role for a spinner. In Adelaide, Ravichandran Ashwin bowled well. He could have had Travis Head. That catch should have been taken by Mohammad Siraj. But come Brisbane, there will not be much of a role. So would you once again, given that your batting is not holding up, would you want to go back to a better batter in Washington Sundar? Could that happen? Your thoughts on a possible 11 for Adelaide?
I think Boryada Ashwin bowled, I think reasonably well in this test match, possibly not as lucky. If we talk about the next game, I personally I wouldn't want him out of the side. I think, you'll have to try and give him one more test. He's someone who can deliver for you. Washington Sundar definitely gives you that option with the bat. Ashwin, disappointing with the bat, I have to say. I think he looked good in between. I think in somewhere in the middle, he really seemed like he seemed settled. Unfortunately, he could not capitalize those starts that he managed getting. But I personally wouldn't want to see any changes, Boryada. I think in the next test match, look to stick with your same side. Look to back them. It'll be a different game. It'll be a different scenario with the red ball. I'm sure a lot of these blokes will come off good. Harshit Rana as well. I have a feeling India might press the panic button, like Bharat mentioned, go to Akashdeep. But you have to give Harshit Rana another game here. He's bowled fantastically well in that first test match as well. So let Harshit Rana go. Keep Ashwin in the side as well. I'm sure Ashwin can get to those runs in a fairly decent manner, in a pretty similar way that Washington Sundar can do as well. So, making a change right now, going into this third test match, would affect a lot of players' confidence. I feel making changes right now would not be the wisest choice to make.
That's quite a lot of super chats, Ishan. Let's take them one by one, and
we'll take
all
them.
Our colleagues can do that.
All right,
Rohit Sharma doesn't merit a place as captain. I think we've taken this. Bharat, quick answer.
I guess just one test match over in this series for Rohit Sharma at least. So maybe he deserves another chance to show that to prove his worth as a player, as a captain. Maybe if he fails in the Gabba test as well, then think of going forward from Rohit Sharma. Although I think from management's point of view, I think they will allow Rohit Sharma to play this series. And after this series is completed, I think they will take a call. Rohit Sharma himself might take a call on it. But yes, his batting form is a concern. Last 6 tests is averaging just over 11. And he's getting out in a similar fashion. And again, that tells you he's not picking key cues against base bowlers. If someone is going to straighten it, angle it in and then straighten it on the angle, then he seems to get clean bowled. So that's a concern, big concern, obviously. But I think at least for the Gabba test, you have to continue with someone like Rohit Sharma as the captain.
Well, somebody just said that sack Rohit Sharma in press conference. I don't know what that means and how can you do that. I don't think anybody in the world will be able to answer that question. Sack Rohit Sharma in press conference. And somebody said, just like you did Virat Kohli on a phone call, nobody sacked Virat Kohli in any phone call. So all this mythical rubbish that is peddled should be once and for all junked. Rohit Sharma sack in press conference. Arey bhai, what does that mean? Devashish, take this. Rohit's poor body language is a serious concern. How can we expect the team to win a test match with this sort of body language from captain Praneeth? Devashish.
That's why I said, Buria, that the captain needs to come front and put up a inspirational performance. And for that reason, I would love to see Rohit Sharma opening the batting in Gabba. Means as a captain, you are under tremendous pressure. So you still have a few more, 4 practice sessions. Exactly tomorrow, Indian team is not practicing. That is what I got it from some support staff. Tomorrow, Indian team is not practicing here at the Adelaide Oval. They would be practicing on the day 5. The test match is over now. Two days remaining. They will be in Adelaide. So day after they will have a training session, and once they travel to Brisbane, they will have a couple of more practice sessions. So the, it will be seen how Rohit Sharma performs. Because obviously, um, and I think as a captain, and this body language is a serious concern. I don't buy that. Means obviously he has delivered for India. Yes, critics might say that he has lost now 4 consecutive test matches, 3 against New Zealand and this test match. See, pink ball test is always going to be challenging. Means it has happened and Australia's dominance in this pink ball test match. You have to take that factor in that. But I would say that there is definitely, as far as Rohit is concerned, he should take the onus and come in front and lead from the front by way of batting, opening the batting for India.
A couple more, because before we end the show, Moria, you don't have the guts to take my super chat. What I said of Rohit before, again, yeah, this guy is an idiot. Remove this. I've told him numerous times, don't waste his money. Don't waste time on jerks. Ishad, what's the other one? There's some more, I think. RS is physically not up to the mark to come back into form in these Aussie pitches at his age. Indian captain has to produce a statement performance. No debate, he has to produce a statement performance, Shomadri. Can he do that? Is the question that all of us are asking. Shomik, you want to address that?
Seriously, my heart says he will do it. My head says he won't be able to do it. At 37 years of age, with slowing reflexes, I don't see Rohit Sharma having a second wind. I mean, it's not like Rahul Dravid having a second wind at 37, 38 years of age, because Rahul Dravid as a batsman was a completely different league, given his technique and everything. He was a completely different league. Virender Sehwag couldn't have a second wind because he didn't have a technique like Sachin Tendulkar and Rahul Dravid. And I see similarities with Rohit Sharma also. My heart says yes, because Rohit Sharma is a fantastic cricketer in his own right. He has contributed a lot. He has been a great servant of Indian cricket. But then again, father time catches with everyone. And if I may veer to the team selection for the Gabba test, I would like to see Ravindra Jadeja. Don't forget, he is the best all-rounder in the world. We talk about Ajinkya Rahane's 100 in Melbourne after being bowled out for 36. But the innings that Jadeja played, that that partnership, that partnership. I mean, he is the best all-rounder in the world, and I no disrespect to Ravichandran Ashwin. He is a fantastic bowler in his own right, but in a weak batting lineup, when you are playing Ashwin at number 7 and number 8, your tail becomes a little vulnerable. Ravindra Jadeja should play. He is a better cricketer than Washington Sundar. Washington Sundar is a very promising cricketer, but Ravindra Jadeja, don't forget, he has 3 first class triple hundreds. He's that kind of a batsman.
And in more recent times, Ravindra Jadeja has been extremely good with the bat. So that's a good call. That's why I said Washington Sundar or Ravindra Jadeja, because clearly you went with the understanding that the batting will hold up in Adelaide. It did not. So you have to have that question asked in front of you, whether or not you go back to a better batter, which is either Washington Sundar or Ravindra Jadeja. Dharam Shankar, choose a captain or a fit batsman. We've answered this question time and again, but the fact is you've got to go. Rohit is the captain of this team. He will play Gabba. If he does not perform at Gabba, he will have to stand in front of the mirror and ask himself this question: does he merit a place in this side? The management led by Gautam Gambhir. That is why Gautam was appointed. He will have to ask the tough questions. Does Rohit Sharma merit a place in the side if he does fail in Gabba? But let him fail in Gabba. Let him first go to Gabba and fail. Let him fail in Brisbane before all of these questions are asked. He deserves an opportunity at the Gabba, and he's going to the Brisbane Test match as the captain of this team. Make no mistake, he is still the leader and the captain of this team. So once he fails at the at the Gabba in Brisbane, then we can ask these questions. Ashwin is a YouTuber now. Rubbish question. I mean, for God's sake, this is flippant, trivial rubbish. And Rahul Jawab, my finishing request to you. You say I'm a useless journalist, point taken. You say I am whatever, point taken. But think, this is a show being done by a useless journalist. How useless are you that you are wasting your time on my show? And that too contributing with money. Either you have loads of money to waste, or you have clearly your brain needs treatment. I would urge you, you have a mental issue with me, I think. Just like India has an issue with Travis Head, you have an issue with me. So don't become a jilted lover. Go somewhere else and get psychiatric treatment. Because I really think you should protect your money on some Sunday movies rather than wasting it on their sports. Final question: KKR rubbish player Nitish Rana. Nitish Rana, where is Nitish Rana coming from? You mean Harshit Rana? Harshit Rana was excellent in Perth. Excellent in Perth. How many test matches or domestic matches has Harshit Rana played with the pink ball? And how many times have you seen a bowler not do well that you will put him in the doghouse after one bad match? And actually, it's one innings. Australia did not bat two innings. One bad innings, and you are saying he's a rubbish player. You decide if you are right or you're wrong. At 5 p.m., by the way, we will put the Rohit Sharma press conference on the site straight up with the three major news points: Mohammad Shami, Jasprit Bumrah, and of course, India's batting collapse. These are the three central news points as far as I'm concerned from the Rohit Sharma press conference. We will put it up on the site as we will put up the Pat Cummins one. At 5 p.m., we will come back with the question: is Brisbane the last roll of dice for Rohit Sharma? 5 p.m., we urge you to send in but be reasonable. Brisbane, Rohit Sharma is the captain who will play, but is Brisbane the last roll of dice for Rohit Sharma? After that, should he stand in front of the mirror and ask himself the question if he is not successful? Shobhit Chakraborty, last words.
Just before signing off, I mean, I struggle to comprehend why it has become so difficult these days to accept that. And I mean, it's a clash of the titans. Two best teams in the world are playing. Now, why it is difficult for a lot of fans to accept that Australia played better cricket than India in Adelaide, like India played better cricket than
I
Australia in
tweeted that,
Perth.
Shobhit. I tweeted that on day one. That why is it difficult to accept that Australia was the better team on this particular day under pink ball, under lights? They have the
Exactly.
experience, they will be. It is a 5 test series. There will be
Yes.
occasions when India is better, there will be occasions when Australia is better. That is why it is an even contest. Simple.
And, and many moons back, when when we started our journalism career, when a team played better than India, when an opposition team played better than India, we stood up and applauded. We stood up and applauded without deserting the home team of our support. This has changed, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, and by the way, New Zealand, England, you are seeing the results in front of you. So it is not as if any team is better than these two sides which are clashing. And the WTC final is always going to be a one-off. This is the actual World Championship battle that's going on. Whichever team wins a 5 test series between India and Australia, the two most consistent teams in world cricket, this is the unofficial World Championship going on. Make no mistake about it. We will be back soon. Watch the site for the Rohit Sharma press conference, the wrap from Shubhayan Devashish and Rohit Juglan, all of the other news from Adelaide, what the Indians are doing. of course, the Pratt Cummins press conference, but at 5 p.m. is Brisbane the last roll of dice for Captain Rohit Sharma. We will take questions. It will be an hour show. We will have all our reporters from Adelaide and ask your questions, but be reasonable. For the moment, Indian women, 180 for 5, failure for Harmanpreet Kaur, failure for Smriti Mandhana, India on its way to lose by 100 runs. Will questions be asked of Harmanpreet Kaur? Will questions be asked of Smriti Mandhana? Will questions be asked of Amol Mazumdar? This is also a burning topic. Time and again, the Indian women's team continues to disappoint. We will do a separate show on that. For the moment, thank you very much for watching.